Welcome to Week 9 of BNI Heartland Football Highlights. I'm Ray Huse, Omaha Area Director and Social Media Specialist.
And I'm Vince Vigneri, Executive Director for BNI Heartland. As we go into the last week of the regular season, the playoff bracket is filling in.
Watch this week to see who's in and in the running for the playoffs. Right now, we're going to mix things up a bit and start with our match of the week.
The match of the week was for a playoff spot in the Building Relationships Conference. First place Success Unlimited from Gillette, Wyoming was up against second place Happy Hour and a Half from Omaha, Nebraska. Happy Hour and a Half had perfect attendance, but unfortunately they had no visitors. Success Unlimited brought a visitor, but couldn't land the perfect attendance. Happy Hour and a Half then put the game away with a big giver's gain move, referring a visitor to another chapter. Final score, a 10-3 victory for Happy Hour and a Half.
Now on to our conference standings. The top 4 teams in the Giver's Gain Conference slugged it out last week. The result? Multiply Your Profits from Omaha, Nebraska clinches the conference title. Professional Partners from Sioux Falls, South Dakota also won to stay in the wild card race.
As you heard in the match of the week, Happy Hour and a Half from Omaha claimed the Building Relationships Conference Championship. But don't count Seward County of Seward, Nebraska out quite yet. They still have a chance at a wild card spot with a win this week.
In the Lifelong Learning Conference, Business in Motion from Gillette, Wyoming secured the championship without playing a game. Leaders of Integrity in Casper, Wyoming lost and will need a win this week to keep their wildcard hopes alive.
The Traditions Plus Innovation Conference Championship has been the most competitive conference all season long. Elite Capital Gainers of Rapid City, South Dakota claims the conference title even if they lose this week, since they beat both the second and third place teams during the regular season competition. But don't rule out a wild card possibility for County 4 connectors either.
It's the same situation in the Positive Attitude Conference. BNI Best in Sioux Falls, South Dakota wins the conference even if they lose this week. They beat B2B Lunch Bunch from Kearney, Nebraska in the regular season, who still has hope for a wild card.
Beatrice Fiscal Fusion in Beatrice, Nebraska claimed the Accountability Conference title last week with a perfect season. Tuesday at the Top from Lincoln, Nebraska is in a pivotal position in the wild card race. A win this week would lock them in, but a loss would open the door to more 2-loss teams.
So here's our updated playoff bracket. All the conference champions were established this week, but the brackets are far from final. Beatrice Fiscal Fusion is locked in as the top seed, but depending on how games go this week, first-round matches and seeding could change significantly.
Also, there's a 2-loss team in the wild card spot, and with so many other teams in that situation and the tiebreakers involved, we could be looking at a completely different wild card holder at the end of the season.
Teams, everyone's scores are still needed for the last week of the regular season. Remember to report by Friday at 2 p.m. Central Time or 1 p.m. Mountain Time.
Join us next week for the last word on the regular season, our official conference championship bracket, and more BNI Heartland football action.